Hello and welcome back to your favourite chaotic podcast, which is not another Leeds podcast. We do talk about Leeds United sometimes. It's a full house today, so we've got Kevin, we've got James. James, how are we doing, mate? You've been working solidly for a long time. Where have you been
Yeah,
working, mate?
non-stop. I've been working in Zimbabwe.
Ah,
Yes,
all
mate.
right.
I made a new habitat for moles in Zimbabwe, so getting really dirty. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm back now
yeah.
though.
Well, moly.
Zimbabwe holes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's good to have you back, sir.
Thank you.
Kev,
Thank
how are
you.
you, buddy? I know you're a bit tired. You've been working ultra mega hard behind the scenes. I know that, but are you feeling okay?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So that brings us on to my next guest, who's making her third appearance, and is the only person to get banned from Domino's for being verbally abusive over an app. It is Evie. How are we doing, Evie?
We don't bring up Domino's. We just don't do that. They have my picture in the window and everything now, with like a giant kind of like cross through it, and I
Does
was
this,
midway through swearing, so it's not a very flattering picture either.
is
So yeah.
is it just your picture and they're just like throw sharp salami or pepperonis at it and up? It's got like a point system, like a dartboard. Is that what? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bloody
Top points to
Domino's?
meatballs, but they never have any. So
Exactly. Just sharp carrots. They just throw at the thing. Oh, it's always chaotic on here, isn't it? Yeah. So welcome. It is your third appearance, Evie. So you are racking up them appearances, and if you get to 10, you get a surprise. I can't tell you what it is because it is a surprise. And today I've done some digging. Actually, there's a sponsor, and Kevin, I didn't know you used to be an actor. You've done some ad work, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
But not in this country. And
Nope.
I did some digging. It was a friend of the show that sent me this. You know what's coming, right?
Okay.
And here's what I found from Japan. Here's today's sponsor.
英語喋れそうな声してるね。Battle Milk.
You cheeky monkey. You've been advertising Battle Milk, haven't you?
That channel's been shut down now, mate, in Japan. Oh, terrible.
Well, it seems though they are today's sponsor. Get you 28% you can get off if you punch a carton of milk. As you know, Kev.
It's like fight
Kev
milk, isn't it? From Always Sunny, yeah.
Battle Milk. It's yours now. Right, that's the silly bit done. Right. Oh, here we go. We've got evening all in the comments from John. Evening, John. And we've got the disabled team, our fellow YouTube channel. Good evening. Just popping on to support the lovely Evie. Welcome. I think, is it? Sorry, mate. I don't know your name. Stu, that's it. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. You'll probably turn it off in a minute or two because it gets rather silly. Right. So let's.
Well, it does, so it's just different, isn't it? It's only supporting Evie, yeah. So, thanks.
Yeah, not coming to see us, just see Evie. Yeah.
Muted us.
Right, yeah.
Just listen to me. You can shut up.
It's just got Evie on his screen. He's just zoomed in.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get on to all the way back to Rotherham. James, I'll start with you because you're always super positive. The game was it were a good win. We'd have battered them, obviously, but let's start with the main meaty bit of this game.
The main meatball of the game.
The main meatball of the game. Bamford's
That's the
chest.
only
It came off his chest and went in. Let's talk about the Rotherham game, buddy.
Well, it was a piece of piss, really, wasn't it? Just like all the games are becoming right now. And it's and it's fun. It's fantastic, easy. It's lovely to watch. We're good defensively. We don't give away big chances. We're finding it really, really easy, and I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Yeah. It's. We'll talk about another Rotherham podcast in a minute, but I want to get your thoughts, Evie, on the old bam ball, if you will.
Bam ball. I mean, it came off his elbow, didn't it? Let's not bull about it.
You show me a definitive proof that
Massive
it touched his
peck.
arm, and not zoomed in from a specific angle.
To be fair, no, you're right. There isn't a specific one that does show it, but It was a handball, but I'm not fine. Like, I'm fine with it because at the end of the day, West Brom literally scooped one into our net in August. So
Yeah.
it's about time we had a handball that went in and was allowed. So thank you for no VAR in the Championship because, I mean, let's face it, that goal didn't decide that game anyway. We'd have scored 3 with or without Bamford's elbow involved. So it's fine. Just allow it. It's no bother.
Yeah.
And as well, nobody likes Bamford. So it's just another nice shithousery reason as to, why people don't like him in the Championship. And I am all for that.
Yeah, 100%. I like, as the official account says, they all count. Before I go and elaborate on my point, Kev, what's your thoughts on the old ban ball? Was it ban ball, or is it a conspiracy by the deep state government?
Well, I've been going through
Definitely
this
that one.
south this week with people at work, and it's always that debate. Like, like the top 3 players in the world, Messi, Ronaldo, and Patrick Bamford. If one of the other ones would have scored that, then they'd be calling it one of the greatest goals of all time. It's just because Bamford's third best in the world. Yeah, exactly. That's why there's so much discourse about it. So it's just, and because he's English, you see, because he's not in the top 2 players, he's the third. That's why there's so much issues with it. But if anybody else would have scored that goal, they'd have called it the greatest goal of all time. So yeah, I'm happy with it. There's no issue from me about Lord Bamford there. And plus, we needed some decisions to go our way for once, because always goals like that go against Leeds. So yeah. Thank the Lord Bamford for that. Yeah, that'll do me.
Yeah, scored another mad goal, didn't he?
Yeah,
another mad goal, Bamford. Not an easy side foot, bang.
I know, yeah. They could
Sits
score
on his
an
ass,
absolute.
sweeps it,
See, the
elbows it
varying
in.
goals from Bamford is an absolute Puskas Award-winning volley to a handball, and there's everything in between. Do you know what I mean? That's just Bamford in.
Tell me another player in the world that can score a goal like that apart from Maradona. I rest my case. Okay, so
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. As Evie said there, against West Brom, was it at home? I think it was at home, wasn't it, in September or whatever it was. It basically just punched it into the net. And it says here, Matt Leeds in the comments here says, we conceded a handball that cost us 2 points this season, so that is what we deserve. Also, how many bad decisions go against us? We deserve one good thing. And Kev, you went on to say that. Right, I'll give you my quick opinion on this before I go into the absolute swaddle that was the one of the Rotherham podcasts that I've listened to on propaganda as well. Square ball. I think he's thrown his elbow to it, but because of the angle from the gantry, it looks like he's unballed it. What's going on up there? And obviously, it's just convenient enough that the padding for the net is behind.
You don't stop it. Just stop, Danny. You don't need to sell us, mate. We know what's happened here.
No,
it's
I'm
fine.
hoping someone's seen this.
Yeah.
But there it is. It's a government conspiracy. They all want Bamford to be a cheater, and he's not. He scored with his chest. It came off his knee.
Matt Letizia said it was a goal, so that's fine.
It makes you think.
Yeah.
It makes you think. It really does.
Oh, makes you think.
Yeah. So this obviously, listen to Square Ball propaganda. He compared it to doing cocaine. He compared it to. That's the equivalent of handballing it into the net. This guy, and he speaks like a Leeds fan's basically nicked his dinner money all through high school. He's got.
What did he say?
Control.
What did he say?
He compared the Bamford goal as cheating, but he made an analogy of doing cocaine, sport enhancing drugs. I don't think it's sport.
Maradona.
I think
hands.
I think it'll make him a more confident and speedy player. But yeah, he says it's embarrassing to Leeds to celebrate it. But fuck you, we don't care. Anyway, let's move on. The Panenka penalty. Let's go on to Evie. The cojones on Somerville.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he can run with the size of his balls. Sorry for being vulgar, but what do you think? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You really have to be confident in yourself and your balls if you want to go ahead and do that, because it's you see a lot of YouTube compilations of people where it just goes completely wrong. So
she's back. You're back.
Just teleported.
And for my next trick.
You end up looking like a bit of a div if you don't score that. So the fact that he did that, yeah, you got to take your hat off to him. You couldn't really ask for anything better, and it's just going to look really good on a show reel for him as well, of a compilation of all of his goals this season.
Yeah, Kev.
That'll be some good compilation as well, won't it? If I'm being honest with you, some of us had some great goals this year.
He has, yeah.
His first goal was good. His first goal was good. Router's ball through was good.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. Kev, what's your on the Panenka? I'm surprised I'm saying it right, but Panenka.
Yeah, it was good. There's only one other player in the squad that can do that. There's only other one, and we know who that is. Patrick Bamford could do that. The only player that could do that. Yeah. It's a shame he hasn't done it on his last 5-6 penalties. Yeah. So
next time he takes a penalty, he needs to sit on his ass and just sort of scoop it in, and he'll score.
They did the old Patrick Bamford was holding on to the ball for a bit, weren't he, as well? It's getting a bit old now. Leave it now, yeah.
He's going to keep doing it now.
It's like that uncle telling the same joke at the party, you could family party all the time.
I'm going to take it again.
Got your nose and eye like that. That's what it is. That's what it basically is.
Leave it. Fuck off, buddy.
I guarantee we get a penalty tomorrow as well. So
are we calling it the Uncle Knobhead move?
Yeah, that's one, if I'm being honest. Yeah,
I want Melier to come up and take it. Just hold the ball and then just give it back. What would that be? That'd be a bit confusing. Tactic mind games. I would think it. James, how many times have you done that? How many times have you picked out Panenka? I can tell you how many times I've done it. Same, yeah. They've always gone over.
Never done that.
I would never do that.
Done it. Scored a few, I've missed a few, but I did score a winner in the championship final for the UK. So,
and you also missed a penalty in the semi-final, James. You also missed a penalty in the semi-final, so don't start, all right?
Yeah.
That was a European Cup final, Kevin.
No, it weren't.
That was a Sunday.
Anyway.
Sorry, but yes,
the subscriptions are going down. Let's talk about Nonto, Evie. Let's talk about Nonto, baby. He's in that vein of form, isn't he?
Oh yeah, it's was it the Bristol goal? Was that his first goal since August? Yeah, that one. It was like the shadow had kind of been lifted and he was back, and it was just a lovely kind of, we all took a massive kind of exhale then and just welcomed him back, and it's like a proper fresh start for him. He's in brilliant form and we couldn't have really asked for it at a better time. Obviously, I know Dan James is now back, but he wasn't until the last game, so we've needed him, and he hasn't really been very good when he's been called upon earlier on in the season, so it's brilliant that he's got his scoring boots on for us now, and hopefully, he just seems to be enjoying football again, and that's, it's like Jorginho, he just enjoys football and it's incredibly infectious, and clearly Nonto has caught the enjoyment bug, which I am more than happy about, and has come at the perfect time when we just seem to have real good momentum. So yeah, I'm very happy with him. He's like the sweet boy that we had in the Premier League last year instead of the knobhead at the beginning of the season.
The knobhead.
Yeah, at least he might think he's getting rid of his agent, hopefully. I think if he that's what he texted me last night saying anyway. So, but whether he's lying to me or not, I don't know. James, obviously, would you put it down to Farke's management or Nonto saying, look, I'll give you a second chance? And do you think he's waited, like Gruev has waited for his chance? Do you think Nonto's, obviously it's hard to get Dan James back in the squad now?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nonto has just been sat sulking all season, hasn't he? And seeing how much fun everyone was having and thought, it's actually quite funny, yeah. And now he's shown in his game, and it's great. It's great. I mean, he's still a bit of a little dickhead. Like, I'd always think that because he refused to play for us. Like, now he's playing. Just let him keep doing that, and then we'll see where it takes us. If he signs a new contract, I'll be like, okay, fair enough. But we'll see.
You share them thoughts, Kev?
Yeah, I said Nonto would have a big end to the season for us a few times, haven't I, on here? And always said that Nonto's going to play a big part in the end of the season for us. It's going to keep the same attack tomorrow. We all know that. And that's the attack that I picked for the rest of the season after Sinistera left. I thought that would be the team: Nonto, Rutter, Somerville, and Pirro. And yeah, I haven't been let down by him yet. So I'm happy, and I'm really happy that he's coming back into form. He seems to be smiling again, especially because when he went off crying in that, was it Plymouth game, wasn't it? It was like in tears as if someone nicked his G.I. Joe. But now he's back smashing it again. So I love Nonto. I like Nonto. I like him as a player. I think he's got a lot to give, and just I hope it continues. I reckon he's going to score tomorrow as well. So in your face.
Yeah, it's great to see Nonto, loving his football again, and he's going to be starting. For me, I think we'll come on to the prediction later on, but I think he'll be starting. He's in that. You just don't change a winning team, do you? We'll talk about Somerville, obviously Rutter as well. In fact, we'll talk about Rutter because he looks
Daddy,
deceptive.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, you
Daddy?
can.
Ina's going to win comment of the week again, talking about that he's done something. It's got me into this.
Right. I've started some comments, right? So for the audio listeners out there, Ina is he's becoming our mascot basically. The square ball, right? This is what Ina said. The square ball Coke bit was hilarious. To be honest, done it, and it's not an advantage.
Every week he's got something that cracks me up, man.
I'm gonna have to start writing these down, Ina.
Yeah.
And I'll have to get them printed on T-shirts and send you them out to Iceland. So we'll get back to the thing here. We've got a celebrity in the comments. Big Joe Wayman, a big fan of the show. I've sent him some signed nudes of me. They'll be in the post soon, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, God's sake, he'll never come back.
It's just like Jabba the Hutt, basically, on a couch with my face. Yeah. So anyway, we'll talk to me about Rutter, James. That partner, he looks deceptively strong, doesn't he? Like you think he could take him, but when he rode that tackle and he megged the pass through to Somerville, perfectly weighted as well. He's just unstoppable, mate, at the minute, isn't he?
He is. He's beautiful to watch at times. Rutter balls. The way he's like made of, like I've said it before, he's made of rubber. Like people just bounce off him and he gets them all tangled up, but he just always comes out with the ball and then he plays these passes and it's just, he needs to score a bit more. But he's just so
the composure
good.
in it. So Evie, do you think he just lacks that little cutting edge of composure, like I've just, like amazingly tactically, astutely put?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Well, what's your thoughts on Rutter in that game?
The Rotherham one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was. The thing is he's kind of boring because he's always fantastic. Even when he has an off game, everything still goes through him. Our best moments. It's the same with Somerville. I've had criticised Somerville for occasionally being a bit greedy on the ball when there's other passes, but Somerville's been involved. I think it's like 38% of all our goals this season Somerville's been involved with, and Rutter he's got such a brilliant pass on him, and he's so gangly. Like his body and his arms, I just think are like two separate entities. They don't make sense. He shouldn't be able to be as strong and fast as he is because his body doesn't make sense. They're all, it's like somebody else is controlling each individual limb that he has. But he's just so strong and doesn't get bullied off the ball. And he just makes everything that was shitty about last season, Rutter has kind of made up for this season. It's fun again, and we haven't had fun watching Leeds for 2 years, really. If we win tomorrow, we will have won 3 times as many games this season as we did in the entire of last season in the Premier League. So,
bloody hell! Some stat bomb that to drop, Evie. Talk about bringing the mood down.
I will say, watching Aronson was pretty funny, to be fair. But
that's if he stayed on the pitch and it wasn't a big
for different reasons. For different reasons.
Yeah. Kev,
it's a bit like satire at that point when you're having to laugh at your own team because they're just so pathetic.
Yeah, it's by the end of the season, I think every Leeds fan were just rocking in a ball in front of the television, just like that, just crying, expecting that sweet release of relegation. Kev, just quickly on Rutter, mate. I know you've got a tattoo of him eating a cheese baguette, but just quickly on thoughts on Rutter, mate. That game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We talk about Rutter every single week, don't we? How good he is and what
I know,
he brings.
but
he's
we've got 30 seconds to fill.
Yeah, it's everything about him is skill. But I mean, how strong he is, man. He's just there's a one against Rotherham where someone's fouled him and he's just stood there with the ball in the middle of the pitch. I think I brought it up when we were on Joe's last week, Evie, about how he's just won the ball in the middle of the pitch and just stood there straight and no one can even get the ball off him. Absolutely fantastic. I watch the matches obviously to watch Leeds, but I'm always keeping an eye on what he's doing at all times. Is the way he moves around the pitch, he finds himself in space. His passing is phenomenal. But honestly, if he added goals and shots, proper good shots and target onto his game, then he's going to be some player. And now I can see why Borussia Dortmund wanted him during the summer. Again, I see it all the time because he is some player. And if we don't go up this year, touch wood, yeah, he just brings fun to football. The videos that he's doing, the stuff that does with the marketing, he is Leeds at the moment for me. Everything that he does behind the scenes, he's just amazing. Yeah, he's just like a big kid.
Do you we see the Let's Go videos and stuff? Do you think he's filled that void from Alioski, Kev?
Definitely, he's the closest thing that we've got to Alioski at the moment. But you can see everybody in the team loves playing. But the best thing about Rutter that I like the most is no matter who scores for the team, he's the first one there shouting at the fans, going doing that and doing this. Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic, and it just makes me smile watching football. And as Evie said, it's been crap for 2 years, and yeah.
But it's not anymore. We got Farker in the house. Fark house. Motherfucker, yeah. So anyway, we won't spend too much time on Rotherham because we've got to talk about the Swansea game. So that brings us on nicely, on to Guess the Player. This week's Guess the Player, which Evie failed miserably at last time. So I've made it pretty easy this week. Or have I? So if you're new to the channel, please hang about because it's about to get interesting. So what I'll do is I'll put up a picture of a player, but it's got a question mark over his head, and it's your guess in the comments. Please put it in there. If you're watching later on, put it underneath, and I'll just laugh at it. Guess the player. I want to see him in the comments, and I will reveal after. So here is this week's player. So who do you think this is? It's going back a few years. It's pointing upwards. He's got a number 10, and it's the England badge. Evie, England badge, 3 lines.
I've got it.
Just in case I glitched there. I want to see everyone's comments who they think it is. We'll start with you, James. Who do you think it is, mate? What's your gut telling you?
I had a couple in my head, obviously, seeing the number, because there's been a few number 10s for England. God.
Einar's got it.
Stevie Wonder.
That guy was in that thing. He's got it bang on.
He is.
Why do you think it's a guy? Sexist. Go on, Kev. Who do you think it is?
I think it's Michael Owen.
You think it's Michael Owen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess. Good guess. Evie. Who is it? Who do you think it is? What's your gut telling you?
My gut was saying Michael Owen as well, but I feel like I should give a different answer just so that there isn't 2 people with the same one. So I'm going to go with... I know, right? Up here for thinking, down there for dancing.
I say that.
Harry Kane's uncle.
Harry Kane's uncle?
Bernard Kane?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Bernard Kane. Yeah.
It's Harry Kane's uncle, not
No, it's Wooden. I think his uncle's called, isn't it? Wooden Kane. So we've got some comments. People think it's Owen. We've got Sideshow Bob. Shall I put you out of your misery? So
Isn't it Crack Co?
No, that's his sister.
Oh.
I'll have you know, it's that international is actually from out of this world. It's Predator. How did you not guess that? It's Predator. He was actually played for us against the Netherlands that time. You're all silly.
Got the hair right.
Michael Lineker, I know was saying. Anyway,
under that mask is Stevie Wonder.
Enough shenanigans. Yeah, what's this? I've got a message from Why Are You Being Silly? Oh, sorry. That's from Harry Kane,
Your
believe it or not. Let's go. Yeah, it's from me, mum. Right, Swansea, Evie. Overall vibes before the game. What were you thinking? Do you think we were just going to smash them?
Yeah, and then obviously we had the upset of no Bamford last second.
Yes.
I mean, part of me was hoping it was just like ultimate shithousery of, kind of saying, oh, we're going to play Bamford, and then changing it last second to Pirro just to kind of upset, because obviously former Swansea player, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, and he is actually injured again now that the transfer window is closed. But I did think that we would beat them, but I did think that they would score against us. I thought it was going to be like maybe 3-1, 4-1. I thought we'd score plenty because we've just hit a good vein like of form. But yeah, I didn't think they were going to be as pathetic as they were and keep on playing a high line as well. It was kind of like watching us last year, like doing the same thing and conceding the same goal over the top over and over again. So it was quite refreshing. It must have been really funny for other teams watching us last year conceding the same goal, because it was hilarious watching Swansea concede the same goal over and over again, or at least attempt over and over again. So yeah, I was happy with it. Didn't think it was going to go as good as it went, but I'm glad we just put them to bed in the first half and we could rest players. It's made such a massive difference. Actually, we could have scored more, but we did enough in the first half that it meant that we could, take people off and rest people and, take Somerville and Nonto off a bit earlier than, we have been able to do in previous games earlier on in the season. So very happy, and we've done double in Wales this year, which I think it's like the first time we've done in ages.
Yeah, it's been a while since Cardiff's the one for me that's always been the difficult one. But Kev, that high line that they were playing was just suicidal, wasn't it?
I was literally going to say what Evie said. It was like watching us last year with Cock and Lorente and at the back. Ugh. Yeah, they were
honestly, cock in your mouth.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just again one of the worst side that we've played this season of Swansea. They were just terrible. Fucking Matt Grimes and his old DR giving it the big, and then we go down there and wallop them. It's just brilliant. But yeah, thanks. Shite.
Yeah. Obviously, we're 2-0 up inside of 15 minutes, James. It's good to see Pirro score against his old club. It was inevitable, really. But what I want to ask you first is, did you saw the news that obviously Bamford's were changed during the warm up and that? Did you think that Pirro would he seamlessly just fit back in? Would he change the game? Because we know that Bamford runs that line, but obviously Pirro's not the same player.
No, it's not. But I think
and his name's different too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Swansea's defense helped with that. To be fair to you, mate. I think they just gave us everything we needed to absolutely piss it. And he didn't really do a lot again, but he scored. So just crack on. 4-0, mate. Happy with it, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. We'll talk about. I mean, the standout players for me, Gruev and Kamara. Well, not a standout, but I've got a stat here. For the past 7 games, we've got a combined pass percentage of 95%. That is absolutely mental, Evie.
It's crazy. Absolutely phenomenal, really. It's God, would we have stayed up if we would have had them in the midfield last season?
And it's honestly right. I said it last week with Smarty and Gilly on the podcast. I think it was or the week before that I said I'd start Roberts, put Gray midfield over Kamara, but seeing them stats, nobody moves, do they, James?
No, you can't. You can't change it. But I do like the way that he's obviously planned for the end of the season, because he knows what he's doing. His teams always get better second half of the season. I think Norwich, there was one season where they were the same, but generally they get better. So he knows what he's doing. So these subs that he's doing is like, obviously we're winning games by a certain point, and it's like, right, we'll take them off, we'll save them for the next game, and it's really fucking smart. So excellent, Farker.
Yeah, going on to Somerville, Kev. There is a comment just up. Do you think it's Somerville's last season? From Christopher Fletcher,
Forever.
which is
From football.
which is coincidentally my father. So be careful what you say. Do you think if we don't go up, Kev, do you think he's gone? Well,
yeah,
you'd assume
yeah. I think if we don't go up, we're going to have to sell just for
everyone.
What do you call it? PSL, fucking FFP. I think we'd probably have to sell one of either Rutter or Somerville, or maybe both if they want to go. But yeah, I do think if we don't go up, Somerville will be going on to something bigger and better. There's talks of him being called up to the Netherlands squad next month. That's how good he's playing. So yeah, we've got a player here, and I do think if we don't go up, I think he'll go.
Yeah, James, we're in this sort of like this period where we've got Archie coming through, we've got Glenn and Gruev in the middle. You've got Ampadu at centre back with Rodon. It's like it's not a leaky ship anymore. This team, is it? It's so night and day. We're talking about last season. So night and day, albeit it's the championship, but it's only upwards, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like the attacking prowess that we've got, the defense is amazing. Like, we're not giving away chances, and anything that's coming in, we're dealing with it. We're positioning ourselves correctly. Like when Norwich had that ball for ages, we let them have it for a while because they weren't really doing anything with it. They weren't really getting beyond us. We're controlling our defense much better. So I'm just as chuffed with the defense as I am with the attack.
Yeah. Incredible. What about you, Evie?
Yeah, well, since the turn of the new year, we're scoring on average every 37 minutes, and we're conceding a goal every 630 minutes. So
look at me. My name's Evie. I've got loads of stats. A minute
calculator.
Sorry, go on.
But,
got my abacus out here.
Oh yeah, old school abacus.
There you go.
Got meatballs on them though. The meatballs on sticks.
That's how we eat tonight. Sorry, Evie. Go on.
Sorry.
I think that was it Pep that says, goals will win you games, but clean sheets win you titles. And that's, we're in that kind of frame of mind at the moment where, Southampton have scored more goals than us, but we've conceded far less goals, which is why our goal difference is 10 at this moment in time, better than theirs. So if we were just a little bit more clinical, we could genuinely, without even taking the mick, be scoring 5 every game. With the amount of shots that we have and shots on target, we've taken more shots in the league than any other team, and yet our conversion rate is mid-table. So, if we just put a few more of those chances to bed in the first half of games, loads more players would be coming into form, Geldhart and Joseph, because they'd have had more minutes, because, the best 11 would get the job done in the first half of a game. So I don't think that the defence gets the props that it deserves most of the time. Rodon's just been incredible. I said on Joe's that I think we should start saying that Rodon is 2 different people, his head and then his shoulders downwards, because like his head alone has saved us so many goals this season, just because he just puts everything out there and doesn't care. He must go home with black eyes, cheeks, noses, everything, because he just he's old school kind of thing, and he's incredibly fast as well, so he has the pace to cover the entire back line. And it's nice seeing the chemistry between him and Ampadu as well, and I don't think Strout gets back in. I think he has to fight for it when he gets fit, which I think we've been quite lucky there, really, because obviously that Strauch injury was a lot worse than we all thought originally, and maybe he shouldn't have been rushed back in November, December time, whenever it was that he had the operation.
Weeks has now turned into months now, and I think, did he say today that it would another couple of weeks before we'll see him again? But at the minute, I can't see him getting back into the first team. Can you, Kev? Because why would you change it at the minute?
Farker doesn't make changes unless he has to, really, doesn't he? We've seen it with Norwich, especially from when he was at Norwich through that massive busy period through to December. He just kept playing the same team all the time. And if everybody's playing well, he's just going to keep that same team and no injuries or anything like that. I think we'll see the exact same team that played against Swansea start tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah, obviously minus... well, obviously, Lubino Bamford, sorry. He was down to start, obviously, yeah. Talk to me...
yeah, sorry. I was about to say about Pascal Strauch. Yeah, he ain't getting back in now. He ain't getting back in. He's not. Telling you, I think this is the team now that he'll have with James and Nonto. I think that's the team that's going to play for the rest of the season. And Pirro Bamford probably changing. That'll be it. I can see it. And I'm
James,
always right.
You're never wrong. James, do you agree?
I don't trust Firpo's not going to get injured again. And Bamford.
I could shout that.
Not Bamford. Fair, yeah. And Byram, he keeps breaking as well now. So don't know, mate. If they can just sort of manage it between the two of them, so like when one's sort of out, the other one's in, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah. Right, let's go through the goals then. So the first one, Somerville, he's got a lucky deflection really, but in true Somerville form, he's obviously gone onto his right, shifted the defender to the left, and he's gone for the top. I think he went for the top pins, and it's just deflected in on it, and it's just we'll take it. Now it's the was it the Nonto who scored second? I'm so shit at this podcasting thing. Who scored?
Pirro,
yeah.
Pirro.
Yeah. Great. Was it a dummy? Was it a dummy, Evie? The pass, or did he just not get to it? Whoever passed it, Archie.
Who passed it? Was it Nonto that passed him?
Either way.
Which one?
No, the pass into
the Pirro.
It went to Pirro, and then it went through to Nonto, and then he passed it inwards, and he's obviously the keeper's done bad there for me because
that was a great pass by Gray.
He's just got to do that. He's got his bicep and hit it with a good a bit of power. Obviously, that's the striker's finish for me, low and hard, and that's where it should be going. Now, there was an opportunity for Nonto. I want to get your thoughts on this, Evie. Nonto should be finishing them, but I know he scored 4 in 4, but we could have put that to bed there, couldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't then go and score the one just before half time, I think we're all bad mouthing him at half time kind of thing. I think he made up for it in the end because he got 2 goals and an assist, so 3 goal contributions in a 4-0 game. You can't really have a go at him too much for that. But yeah, I agree. The one that the goalkeeper managed to get should have been in the back of the net. He should have passed it to Pirro because I think Pirro had a better angle on it. But if you're in form, you're in form. You want to score a goal, so we create enough that even though it's frustrating, and I still want us to score more, but we are scoring a lot. 4-0 is a big amount in a game, but these games genuinely could be 6 or 7 without us kind of seeming big-headed with the amount of opportunities that we create. So yeah, if he doesn't score before half time, I think you're having a go at him, but he did. So it kind of makes it's fine. And Somerville's missed those as well, and Somerville's the golden child of the team. So I don't think you can really have a go at Nonto too much.
That's true.
So yeah, if he didn't score, I'm all for pitchforks and everything.
Yeah, Kev, we'll talk about the third goal. Obviously, Nonto's just left his man for dust, and what an assist by Archie, mate! What a ball that was.
Very, very good. Reminded me of myself in my younger days, just playing pinging passes around.
What, leaving your man? leaving your man and letting him run off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oi, I've never left them. But yeah, honestly, it's class. He's just brilliant. But I mean, I think he scuffed the shot a little bit, but he's getting in them positions. And what foot did he use to score that goal again, lads?
Yeah, he left. That's two. Oh, that's a really good point. Ellis, if you're watching, mate, you've had a mare, mate. You've had a mare.
Yeah. I know I said he would score with his left foot, so yeah, right again. But honestly, it was good. Just I think the pass made the goal for me, though. That's what made it better, and the run was spot on. I did think sometimes we were edging close to that offside, and if it was Premiership, they probably would have drew some lines. But like the Pirro one too, I thought a little bit. But we sometimes need that rub of green when you're absolutely destroying swans. The Queen said you're not allowed to hit swans, and we absolutely battered them. Yeah, in a bit.
You've nicked my joke. Yeah, you've nicked my joke. I'll just say I'm surprised we've not been sent down because you're not allowed to smash the swans around, and we have.
Yeah,
but yeah, not the king's animal. The king loves goats.
He does.
Well, sausage fingers. So yeah,
can't say that now, Danny. Man, bloody hell, you can't. That's mate.
King of England.
He's not well, is he?
Reason.
It's my old boss. Man. It's my old boss. I can do what I want.
Get beheaded.
Yeah, and then obviously in the second half we go 4-0. It's another great finish as well by Nonto, and Summerville he's got a bit of work to do. But every goal that goes past Swansea with Matt Grimes in it, I'm just laughing because I know that Becky Grimes is had a bottle of wine or something like that. James, great finish though, that fourth one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good finish on his other foot, so he can score with 2 feet. Yeah, and like the missed chances and that, we're still a fucking young team, and they're still growing and they're still getting better. So in a couple of years, they'll be smashing these chances in. I mean, got to take that into account as well. We're still really young guys, apart from Bamford, who just can't score normal goals.
I think what these lads need at half time, just to get the spirits up. Even Swansea, if you're watching, all you need is some, just get some battle milk. That's all you need. Just all you need. Fight.
It's the weirdest
and then
black eye I've ever seen in my life.
It's not a black eye; it's a red eye.
And some opal fruits. That always helps.
Opal fruits. That's what it's like. Yeah. So yeah. Moving on to some. That's the 2 games done and dusted because we're running a bit out of time. Current update: it's 0-0 between West Brom and Southampton. So the news. Anybody watch the Super Bowl? Anybody a fan of American forwards rugby?
We lost, didn't we?
Yeah, the 49ers lost in overtime. A lot of people saying it's scripted.
Did we though? Is it really us? Are we the San Francisco?
Yes.
It's
like that's what we are now. We're American now.
It's like seeing your cousin at athletics and they come second, and you just really don't give a shit. But you have to be there for moral support because you're related.
It's equivalent,
and they've got loads of money as well.
Yeah,
it's the money that I'm happy about. Just bring that money.
Yeah. What about you, Evie? Are you a
big
fan
respect?
of...
Sorry, big respect to Larry Nance though for tweeting to Kylian Mbappe to sign for Leeds. That made my day. Yeah, did you see that? That was brilliant, fantastic. He hasn't replied yet.
No. Well, he's not answering my text. I think he's blocked me as Mbappe after what I sent him. I sent him a meme as a Ninja Turtle, so I don't think he likes me anymore. Evie, before I get banned for saying what I just said, are you a fan of NFL?
No. I prefer actual football rather than American
football. They'll come after you if you don't. Yeah. They'll come after you. They'll come after you.
Now, update. Just
do them anyway. Should do them all.
Southampton are winning 1-0.
I just thought it was 89% possession for 10 minutes.
I don't care. I don't care.
Well, I do, and I will continue to update you.
It's in our hands.
The whole world. Anyway, so yeah, Dan James has won a trophy. Everyone, if you didn't see, what's he won, Kev?
Against Spoon Race.
I have no idea.
No, it's the fans play trophy or whatever it was.
Congratulations, Dan James, man! That's wicked for him. Oh, I'm so happy for him, man.
For January,
I think for January. Yeah, I think he deserves it. I think he's been a really good boy. He needs some nice new.
And I was at the team. Well done, Dan James.
What's his name?
Jan
Young
Dames.
James.
Jan Dames.
Yeah.
Jan Dames.
Jan
yeah.
Dames. Jan Dames.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jan Dames.
Jan Dames, yeah.
It's not much, but I don't care. I'll say it anyway. Liverpool are after both greys. Evie, are you going to be the first one to Ellen Road, standing with sword and shield to knock the Scousers away?
Absolutely.
Eddie will be.
They're not. They won't. They won't go.
Not with
because
that
at the end of the
attitude.
day,
You don't sound very
they-
enthusiastic, Evie.
Yep,
what?
absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. As like I'm an idiot or something.
I'm
I am an idiot.
making
To
no
be fair.
comment. Making no comment
Yeah.
there. But they won't go. At the end of the day, regardless of how amazing they are, they're not starting for Liverpool. So what would the point? Archie
Yeah.
Gray is getting
Well-
time on the pitch right now as a 17-year-old, playing for his boyhood club. You know, he has the opportunity to become, you know, another Gray legend at the club. Why would he leave right now? You know, I think
would
even
both
if
of
we
them
don't
leave,
go
yeah.
up this season, you know,
My
they're
miss calls
staying.
me a Grey
Yeah.
legend, to be fair. She does too, yeah. Grey legend.
Right, we'll
called
go on
me
to
Gray.
the Plymouth sort of predictions and stuff like that. I'll start with you, James, mate. Does the same team start for you tomorrow?
Maybe, probably. Like he's quite consistent, isn't he?
The
I'll
fourth
go,
time.
yeah.
The fourth time we're playing Plymouth, obviously this season. We've beat them 3 times technically, but
He might change it around. He might do.
yeah.
Because of the game, and we've got Leicester next, haven't we?
Kev,
So,
He's not changing it. No, definitely not changing it. Plays the same team all the time. It will be the same team.
all right. Here's a question for you then, Kev. Does Perot struggle against Plymouth? Because obviously Swans were wide open.
Yes,
Plymouth
he
will probably
does.
sit back.
Yes, definitely. And Plymouth will score too, because every game we played Plymouth this year, they've scored against us. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, because we won
So,
2-1
yeah.
at home.
it's correct, Kevin. Well done,
2-1
mate.
at home.
It's
Yeah,
correct.
I do think. I mean, Plymouth are not one of those teams that always sit back. They do actually play all right football. However, I think tomorrow will be a bit different because we've basically beat them 3 times. I think they might try something different against us. I do think it'll be they'll score and we will score more goals than them. Probably. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I can't see it being a clean sheet, to be fair, if I'm honest with you.
I
I
can.
think it'd be more like a 3-2 or a
Courtesy.
4-2 for me. But we'll get on to predictions. We'll get on predictions in a moment. Evie, Beavy, whatever that rhymes with Evie. What's your thoughts on tomorrow's game?
BB.
I think he goes the same team for definite, but I think he gives them firm instructions to get the job done before half time, and to be more clinical, because he will want to rest as many players as possible. A bit like in the Huddersfield game, where obviously we went 4-0 up and then we conceded in the second half, but that was because half of the players had changed at about the 60th minute because we were resting for a Leicester game. So I think he'll do the exact same. I think he's going to be really on at them to, you know, be clinical or as much as they possibly can, because he will want to rest as many players as possible without risking them coming back into the game. So I think he wants us to be 3-0 again at half time, just so that we can rest people ready for, because he might have to change the way that he does things with Pirro being the number 9 for Leicester. And at the end of the day, we beat Leicester last time when we had Pirro playing in
That's
the
true.
team, and we beat Plymouth last time in the league when we had Pirro on the team. So I do think that I think he'll be fine. I don't know whether any of you have noticed, but Meslier catches the ball a lot more when we've got Pirro in the team. Now that we've swapped Rutter to the 10 and Pirro's up front, he doesn't do those long balls that he does over the top, that he does to Bamford when Pirro's in the team, because Pirro isn't that kind of a player. He can't hold the ball up. He gets tackled and dispossessed very easily. So he catches the ball because he doesn't need to start quick transitions. as he does when Bamford's, Mellier's long ball accuracy has improved massively for me over the season. So I do think we'll win. I do think they'll score because they've, like Kev said, they've scored in every game against us. But the reverse fixture back at Ellen Road, we should have been 4-0 up at half time. It was another game where we'd gone 2-0 up, but we should have, that game should have been finished in the first half. We battered them. And then they got one back and we were holding on for the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. So I don't want that to happen because I don't want our best players to have to be battling kind of thing. And I don't trust the backup options as much to keep us fit, to keep us not fit, to keep us in the game as much as I do trust the starting 11. But I still think we'll win.
Yeah, that's good vibe then. I'll get some scores from everyone here then. So James, what are you going with?
I think we're going to batter them tomorrow. After the cup replay that we had to play and then going into extra time, I think we're going to be really mad at them for making us play them extra games, although it did make some of us start scoring again because you come in extra time. So thanks for that. But I think we'll batter them. If Ampadu and Rodon's playing, I don't think we're going to concede.
Yeah, we're a bit of a changed team, and obviously we had to bring Somerville and everyone on in the cup game to sort of take the game to them and obviously go on and win it. Before you give me your prediction then, Kev, is it possible that Joseph could probably start instead of Perot? Because he's more Bamford-like.
No.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, mate. Said no.
Just gives your prediction then.
No, Perot scored the other day, mate. He likes form players. He likes people that are full of confidence. Perot's definitely starting tomorrow, mate. I'm telling you. And I know Perot he plays different against different teams. I don't know, man. Maybe he's got something to prove now. I think Farker's an amazing man manager, and he might have just done things for reasons as well. And yeah, I think Perot might score tomorrow, Dan. I'm just putting that out there.
And what score will it be?
It's going to be 3-1 to Leeds United.
Nice. Evie, can I get a score prediction?
It's 3-1 as well.
I'll go 4. I'll go 4. I thought you was going to finish. I just waited. Can't leave it dead too long, otherwise an episode of Only Fools and Horses will start playing. So I'll go. I think 4-2. I think 4-2 is a reasonable thing. Right. Yeah. Right. So we'll go on to the last two segments. If you're new here, strap in. You're about to get frustrated. Right. So this section is called Top Knob, and what we do is we nominate someone who's annoyed us throughout the week, and we put the names in this little basket we've got, and we vote on who's this going to be this week's Top Knob. So let's get into this week's Top Knob.
Top Knob.
Best jingles in the game. Right, so Evie, I'll give you a chance to think about your top knob, apart from Domino's. James, who's your top knob for this week, mate? Or what your top knob?
What is my top knob?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just go Grimesy for just being a little prick. And his mum, both of them, top knobs.
That's fair, mate. That's all right. Fair enough. Kev, what about you? You're pulling Kev face.
I'm gonna go with Luis Sinistera and his video about him joining Bournemouth because it's a shithole, and we destroyed it years ago. We can do it again if we really want to, Luis Sinistera. I know you watch this podcast all the time, right? Get down there. It's bank holidays coming up soon as well, so you better watch out. It was a terrible video. They did like an aerial shot of the stadium, didn't they? And I was like, oh, fucking even Highfield Road in Coventry was better than that. It's just fucking shite. Wankers. Do my head.
What you did see from the drone footage that they edited out, it was at first they were just looking at someone's back garden with a shed in it, and then went, oh shit, no, the stadium's over here, and zoomed in there. Evie, who's your top knob?
Millwall for being so pathetic against Ipswich the other night. and
Yeah, they did.
letting them back into this top 2 race. They should be gone by now. F off home and take your tractors with you, kind of thing. But yeah, we're just gonna have to absolutely annihilate them when they come to Ellen Road, just because we'd have maybe gone a little bit easier on them had they have got the job done against Ipswich, but they were just a bit crap.
Yeah, they're more of a little kittens, weren't they, rather than lions? Millwall, shut up, you div. Remember that fan right ages ago, last time we played him? He's still bouncing now. He's still bouncing. Is that still tuning?
You remember when they were giving him abuse?
Yeah.
Nonso. It's not Nonso. It's Nonso because it's from Leeds.
Yeah. Oh, that's Kamara. You play for Rangers. Yeah, he's all right. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he's all right. He is. Oh shit, we're supposed to be saying bad things. He's a twat.
They sound
all
so
them are still reading Biff, Chip, and Kipper books, mate. That's all that matters to those fans. You know what I mean?
Magic key.
Yeah.
it's like
Just leave them alone.
Sounds so cockney that it hurts. Hey, yeah, that's Kamara. He played for Rangers, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh, fuck. Fucking stupid. Anyway, I will go with. I'm going to do Sinister and the Grimes's because it's funny, and Bournemouth is a shithole, and I've been there.
What is the plural of Grimes, Danny? What is the plural of Grimes?
Grimes's.
Grimes is. Thanks, mate.
Grimes's with 2 Z's.
The Grimes squad.
Yeah.
What?
The Grimes.
Grimes's. Grimes.
I think
Anyway,
Grimes
this is
will
not.
work.
I'm going
They
with
bath
Grimes's.
together anyway.
Right, let's not
Big baths
go there. You are this week's.
Oh, man.
Top Knob.
Right, before the armed police, knock my front door down, let's get on to the next segment. Evie, you're nearly there, don't worry. And also, if you're new here again, please do like and subscribe. Come back to us next week. So what I've built a supercomputer, and what it does is gather all this AI stuff, and it isn't really good, really, but the questions are random, and what we do is answer them. So here it is, this week's question. Beep, boop, beep.
Calculating. Question found. You have to play, loan, and sell Calvin Phillips, Vinnie Jones, and Rafinha.
You were expecting a mispronunciation, Kev, weren't you?
Yes, I was actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're very disappointed because I had to fix it before. I want to be able to get anything out for all the laughing. Evie, we'll come to you first. So you've got Vinnie Jones, Calvin Phillips, and Rafinha. Who do you keep, loan, and sell?
Keep Rafinha. Sell Calvin Phillips and loan Vinnie Jones. For the fact that you wouldn't get much for Vinnie Jones, but you'd get more for Calvin Phillips. So I'm just thinking of P&S.
That's very, very thoughtful of you. Yeah. What about you, James? What would you do? I think you'd probably sell them all and keep the money.
But yeah, would you? But I would
spend it
keep
all on
Vinnie
new
Jones.
haircuts.
I keep Vinnie Jones because he's a movie
Gummy
star.
bears.
Yeah, movie star in your team. I would sell Rafinha because we did. I know we sold Phillips as well, but he didn't do anything else after, has he? And I'll just loan Phillips out to Man City so he can sit on their bench, and then I'll loan him to West Ham, and he can be shit there. That's what I'd do.
All West Brom, yeah. Because they are losing at the minute.
Yeah.
Kevin, I can see you slathering. You're dying to get this one out. Who's your keep, loan, sell?
I'm actually going to just be like a normal human here, and I'm going to say play Rafinha, loan Calvin Phillips, and sell Vinnie Jones. Because I know James mentioned movie star, but movie star is just what Vinnie Jones is. Have you seen some of them films?
He's an X-Men.
I like.
What?
I will have no Vinnie Jones movie slander on here. We've all seen Lockstock.
Yeah,
what's he called? A bullet dodger because he dodges bullets, have he?
That's Snatch, Dan. Daniel, that's Snatch. Get it
Snatch.
Right. If you're going to say it.
Which one's Lockstock then? Which one's Lockstock? Am I?
The one where he's got his kid with him.
Yeah.
He goes around smashing the bloke's head in the door.
Who gives a flying beep?
You did,
Anyway,
because you bigged up his movies and you got it wrong.
Oh, no, yeah, you got it wrong, mate. Yeah.
Well, hold on a minute. he is in Snatch and he is in Lockstock. So who's silly now,
He
boys?
is.
Evie, I do apologise for these two. They don't know their movie trivia. Right, that brings us to the end of this podcast, which is, if you are new here, please do like and subscribe. We are this mental every week. Sometimes Evie likes to shout at us. She's not bullied us this week, actually, she lads. She's not had a go at us this week.
I've been really nice this
I don't
week.
think
You
I've ever
have?
bullied. I don't think I've ever been bullied. I think she's only bullied you two when I've not been around. So I haven't got.
That's because you're nice,
It's
Kev.
horrible.
Thank you.
It's horrible.
Cheers.
See, there it is. It slipped out. It slipped out there.
Oh.
She's just got a little slide dig. Yeah. Well, do you know, Evie?
Yeah.
Evie,
I'll tell you what, Danny. How
Oh,
has
that's
been
breaking.
nice to somebody else been having a dig at you? You know, that's just your own insecurities coming out there, really.
You're nice,
got-
Kev.
I've
Kev,
got enough
you're
security.
nice, but them two up there are absolute shitbags.
Translation, Kev,
If
what
the
are you
shoe
doing with these
fits.
two Neanderthals?
Yeah, it's probably true.
Anyway, so yeah,
I ain't got a
Evie,
brain anyway. I'm a scarecrow.
Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion. Right. Anyway, if you saw this,
Could have
week's-
made a Dorothy. You made her a witch.
Oh yeah. Or
No,
one of
no,
them flying monkey things. I could have been one of them. You know what I mean?
You don't know what went on behind the
Or a
scenes.
slipper. You could have put my face on a slipper or something. You know.
Is everyone? Is it just a fuck Danny day today or something? Are you just all having a
It's
go?
definitely
at me
not
today?
a fuck Danny day. It's never a fuck Danny.
Tell me about it. Right. Anyway, so I'll try again. Thank you, Evie, for coming on this week on your third appearance, your hat trick. Not long to go now to get number 10, and you get a surprise if you're the first one to reach there. What's going on in new channel coming soon? Can we talk about it? Or
Yeah, in March, hopefully. It was
So
supposed to be this month, but
Spring.
I've had a very busy. I've had my house renovated and swapping cars and all sorts of stuff going on, so I've not had time. And behind me, you
Swapping
can't see,
cars?
but is the
You're
I've
doing
just
racing?
had to. No, we just
I'm paying
bought
for
two new two new cars, so you can't see it. But
How
right
much noise
behind
you got
me
in
is
your car, Evie?
How much what?
How many nos?
Fast and Furious, Joe.
Fast and Furious.
Move,
Yeah,
carry on.
forget it.
Carry on.
What
carry
sort
on.
of content you doing, Evie? I'm sure everybody want to know what sort of channel you can
Yeah.
I
do.
was
Do
just-
videos,
I-
podcasts, or what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
guys do, or stuff like that.
That's such a great question, Kev.
Thanks,
you.
Kev.
It's going to be more kind of maybe not panels like this in terms of there's a lot already out here, and I like watching other people's too much to kind of fully invest in doing it myself, because you guys, for as much as I love to take the mick out of you, I always really enjoy your podcast, so I wouldn't want to try and
Thank
do
you.
the same thing. So it's going to be, I think one of my first ones is going to be kind of how Leeds United has helped me, especially during COVID, and how being a female watching football and the kind of the perils of the certain Joeys in the world, and how you have to deal with that, but kind of like a fun twist on a fairly kind of serious topic occasionally, because you know that there are unfortunately people in the world who think that your genitalia somehow has an effect on your eyes and whether or not you can watch a game
Wow.
of football.
I could taste some stories.
That's rife. That's rife for innuendos, there, guys. None of you do it. Leave her alone, okay? I'm just going to sustain
Saying
this
nothing.
now, all right?
Saying
But yeah,
nothing.
honestly, that sounds quite refreshing. Really, something different
Yeah.
out there. You're right. We're all,
It'd be good,
a lot
to
of us are all
yeah.
doing the same stuff. Yeah.
Is it called Discourse of Peacocks? Is that what we can search for, and we'll find
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Right. So everyone who's watching this, please go do that and subscribe to her channel. And I'll be over there in the comments, just putting random pizza
Giving
emojis,
abuse.
probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah. One more message. A shout out to Andy's Man Club. They're doing a mural walk. I will put the link in the description below after this. It's on the 23rd of March, and I know Gilly's doing it from the Ought to Know Better podcast, and I know maybe some of the others. Please, if you click the link, and some donations, it all goes towards Andy's Man Club, and it's a good cause. It's okay to talk, so please do. If you are struggling, please do reach out. On a serious note, please do. So once again, James, thank you for coming on. Kev, I'm about to say it, don't worry. You can catch us on Sunday for the Sunday Club, because last time I got a scolding from Kev for not mentioning it. So please, if you can see Kev's name there at Leeds House, it's on that channel there, and we will catch you there on Sunday. So any last words, last remarks, last words, like I'm about to execute you, Evie. Thanks for coming on. James, anything? Quiz, complaints? No?
Let's fucking smash them tomorrow, lads.
And ladies.
And ladies,
They're not playing.
Yeah.
Ladies aren't playing tomorrow, are they, you idiot? The lads are playing tomorrow. Fuck you out.
Right.
Oh, God's sake.
Right, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Please do like and subscribe. We are on the road to 500. If we get to 500, Kev's going to do a Klinsman in the garden with no shirt on. So, thanks, everyone. And we'll see you. We'll see you next week.